Welcome back to the channel and to another 2K17 video. So today we have got news on the final roster, we have got news on alternative attires, we have got news on stage diving, plus more. So let's waste no more time and get this one underway, and let's see what we've got in today's new video. So, as we know, in recent days we had the final roster reveal, which means we now know that this year's roster, which is the biggest ever, will consist of 136 unique playable characters, including the so far announced DLC, so 132 without it. Now, whilst this doesn't quite reach the 150 as rumoured originally, it does still beat 2K16's 120 plus, and keep in mind DLC is still to come. Now, in terms of superstars that are in 2K16 but are not in 2K17, there is some pretty big removals. So to just name a few, despite being in 2K16, 2K17 will not feature the likes of Roddy Piper, Ryback, Wade Barrow, X-Pac, or even the Animal Batista. Now that is the bad news, but the good news is that as confirmed by the official 2K dev account, despite not being officially announced as part of the roster reveal, there are still reveals of alternative versions of the existing roster slots still to come. So even though they weren't announced as part of the 5-week reveal, we are hopefully going to be seeing the likes of the American Badass Undertaker, NWO style Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the younger versions of the likes of Austin, Triple H, The Rock and Sting, plus the rest, all ported over from last year's 2K16 and hopefully into this year's 2K17. Also, ports aside, hopefully we might even get some brand new 2K17 alternative attires, with someone like Brock Lesnar I would say being a possibility, which would make sense considering Brock Lesnar of course is this year's cover star. But moving on from the roster talk and now moving towards some gameplay news. Now, one of the bigger things that came out of Gamescom the other week that originally I did delay covering was the potential addition of stage diving. Now, at the time I wasn't sure how legit that was, but it does turn out that is the case, and stage diving is indeed a thing in 2K17. So stage diving is said to work as part of this year's crowd fighting, with your superstar having the ability to climb a stage when fighting in the crowd, and then being able to do your diving moves off it. Now obviously, if this as it sounds, this is going to be some pretty epic stuff. Now for me, in addition to the diving, what I would like to see is the ability to do your moves off the stage to the floor. So let's say a powerbomb or a chokeslam for example, but that bit as far as I know isn't quite yet confirmed, so that does remain to be seen, but hopefully that is the case, as that is going to make this year's crowd fighting even more awesome. Also, another quick gameplay note just to cover is that as speculated, it is now confirmed that doing moves off the equipment box in the crowd as well as backstage does require a skill, as does the ability to put the ladder from the apron to the barricade as seen in the originally released official 2K17 ladder match gameplay. But yeah, that is it for this one. So some decent news today. We had the finalised roster news, plus news on the incoming alternative attire reveals, plus of course the ability to do dive moves this year off the stage. So some pretty awesome stuff. But anyway guys, let me know your thoughts on today's news as a comment down below. And if you have enjoyed the video, as always, a like rating would be awesome to see. Stay tuned to the channel for plenty more 2K17 content coming very, very soon. And until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.